It looks amazing. Wow. That sound. This is not the best tasting dessert I've had in this season. It's the best in 7 seasons. Incredible.
It is so great to be in this kitchen again.
This is the place where it all began for you. But you are clearly not a woman who rests on her laurels. Since winning the MasterChef Canada title, you have added a lot to your resume. Writing the best-selling book, Kitchen Party, and hosting your very own show, Mary's Kitchen Crush.
Yeah, it's been so exciting and a little busy.
And about to get busier. I understand you're working on a new cookbook and a new show, Mary Makes It Easy.
I know, I cannot wait to get started.
Cool.
But first, I want to see these 5 brilliant people cook.
Mary is joining us tonight to help present a challenge that's even sweeter than moi.
This is not a replication challenge. Rather, it's an inspiration challenge. You will take the ingredients or concept from one of these great desserts and give it a whole new spin. May, you were voted by your fellow competitors as having the best dish at last week's dinner party. So you will have the first choice.
The rest of you will choose in the order that you finished in last week's voting. That means, Christopher, you'll be picking last.
So, May, which champion's dessert will you be using as your inspiration?
I think I'll be taking Mary's dessert. There's already lots of ideas running through my mind of what I could do with it.
I feel like I won.
Andrew, you're next.
Amazing desserts all around, intimidating desserts, but I love the combination of mint and chocolate, so I'm gonna pick Trevor's dessert.
Taya, you're the next pick.
I'm choosing David's lemon curd parfait from season 2. I feel like everything's coming full circle. David and I are both from Vancouver, and we've met at an event, and he told me to apply, and here I am for the 2nd time. Isn't that so crazy?
Andy, you're next.
This has quickly become one of my worst nightmares. One of the most impressive things to ever watch was Becky pull off that apple dessert. If I'm gonna get to the finale, I need to face that demon. I'm taking Becky's.
That's the dessert you lost to. That is amazing that you're taking that on.
We'll see.
Christopher, you're last to choose.
Well, Chef, I love Asian flavors, so I'll be going with Eric's season 1 dessert, the Asian banana split.
You've all made your choices. Now, since we have such high expectations, you have 1 hour and 15 minutes
15 minutes?
to make us a dessert that is legendary.
Today, I'm going right back to my roots. I'm gonna go all baking, because I think that's the real root of desserts. I'm taking the idea of an Asian banana split and fusing it together with the French dessert, St.Honore gâteau. It has these little profiteroles on top filled with pastry cream, and in the base, you can use a puff pastry, but you can also use a tart. I've never made a St.Honore cake in 75 minutes of my life. Usually, it takes half a day to make all the components, but I'm taking the risk by making small portions of each component. Oh my God, this...
Stop! Pause your cooking.
Oh, no.
Time for the twist.
There are a lot of different flavors going on in your desserts, and we're a little worried it's gonna cause chaos for our palates.
We want each of you to make us a palate cleanser, like a sorbet or a granita.
Come on! We're making a full dessert here. There's a lot going on. Give us a break.
You have 1 hour left to do it. Starting now!
Palate cleanser. Okay.
Seriously, guys, what are you doing to them? This twist? Too much, too much.
Raising the bar, it's what we like to do.
I'm really not happy about this twist. I planned out all of my time without any extra, and now I gotta do this? This palate cleanser twist might send me home.
See, can always add more.
I want to emulate Becky's fallen apple, but I want to use a real apple here. So I poach half of an apple that I hollowed out in apple cider. In the finale, one of the comments that the judges made to Becky was, it would have been cool if she had like a glaze over her panna cotta to make it look red. I want to apply that feedback to my dessert to show the judges that I'm listening, that I'm trying to learn, and I'm trying to push myself to elevate as much as I can. So I melt down some sugar, a little bit of red food coloring, and pour that caramelized sugar over my apple to give it that red color that Becky's lacked in the finale.
Okay, what am I doing?
I'm just trying to make like a very thin candy apple. I want that sugar to coat it, give it a little bit of crunch, but I don't want it to be sticky.
Scratch that. I don't think let me do that.
I'm messing around with the glaze, and it's not looking good.
Get off there.
I can see why Becky didn't put the glaze on.
Yeah.
This could ruin the whole texture of the dessert.
2 more minutes left.
Actually,
If you're not plating, you're in deep trouble. 2 more minutes.
should be good.
This is crazy. Oh my gosh.
This one's a nail biter.
This glaze looks really nice. I just need to make sure the plating is elevated.
Last minute. Come on, let's go. Last minute. Everything on.
Go, come on, Christopher.
Don't forget that palate cleanser.
Don't love it.
30 seconds. Only 30 seconds left. Come on.
Come on, guys.
Come on,
Push, push, push.
That's that lemon.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
What a finish.
Nicely done.
Holy moly.
I was inspired by Becky's finale dessert, a dish I know well. So on the bottom of the dish, we have smoked caramel apple compote, a spiced panna cotta, breadcrumbs, and then instead of the panna cotta apple, I poached it in apple cider. And then this palate cleanser is Granny Smith apples, lemon, and fresh ginger.
Some more apples, so it's almost like a little precursor to the dessert.
Yeah, exactly.
Some good news and bad news. The flavor is very fresh, very clean. It does what a palate cleanser is supposed to do. The texture, though, reminds me a little bit of baby food. It's very grainy.
Yeah.
I wish you would have strained it.
Yeah.
But here is the main event. I quite like the presentation. It is rustic, but also sophisticated.
Thank you.
You know, I recall that Becky tried to put a glaze over her apple, and she failed doing that. The glaze on this apple is perfect. Are you trying to outdo Becky?
I think Becky's an incredibly talented pastry chef. I think she'd be proud of the effort.
I like the fact that you are facing all of your culinary fears.
Yeah.
But when I cut through this apple, I want an apple that's been cooked right through, but not too soft. Oh. See how I'm struggling to cut through that? What happens with apple skin is that it gets tough.
Yeah.
The inside looks quite tender, but I wish you would have totally peeled the apple, poached it.
Yeah.
You really captured the essence of an apple. I love all the components, the spicing in it, the cinnamon, the cloves. I think you were deeply inspired by Becky. I like where you were going, but there's a few little missteps. Just taste things as you go.
Yeah.
Andy, I love the way that you've taken Becky's dish and turned it upside down, inside out. I think it looks very eye-catching, especially with that shiny apple there. The wonderful fresh flavors of the apple come through nice and strong. I like the fact that you've poached the apple. The only disappointment, it's that skin. It's very difficult to eat and cut into. And then instead of the stewed diced apples, I think you could have done the same, but with beautiful wedges of peeled apple. And I just think it would have elevated the presentation and given a little bit of a texture change to the overall dessert.
Yeah.
I think I honored the dish. I think I honored myself, but this apple skin could take me down.
Christopher, please bring up your dessert and your palate cleanser.
I'm very nervous. I took a huge risk, and I'm just wondering, is this enough? So today's inspiration comes from Eric Chong's Season 1 dessert, this Asian banana split. My palate cleanser is a frozen cocktail. It's a blood orange and yuzu sorbet. Around it is a little bit of limoncello cream. The cake I've done is the st.honore gâteau, because when you think of banana split, you have the little balls of ice cream on top with banana underneath. And so I've done the cream puffs in 3 flavors, chocolate, red bean, and matcha, laying on top of a banana financier tart.
Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, wow, and wow.
Chef.
Let me cleanse my palate first. That blood orange flavor, it's just amazing. And I'm hoping that that will be a perfect introduction to the Gâteau Saint-Honore. Oh my goodness, look at that. Perfect execution of every detail. The pastry crust is perfect. Crispy, crunchy, that wonderful, rich pastry cream, flavorful. And then that caramelized banana in all its glory. It just shines.
Thank you, Chef.
We asked for legendary, and I think you've delivered.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It looks amazing. Wow. That sound. This is not the best tasting dessert I've had in this season. It's the best in 7 seasons. Incredible. Those flavors just pop out. I love how you took Eric Chung's finale dessert, reinvented it, twisted it, the matcha, the banana, the red bean. You've brought so many gifts to this kitchen. It's amazing.
Thank you, Chef.
Woo! Yeah!
Good job, Christopher. Nice work.
I'm so proud of him.
May, please bring up your dessert and your palate cleanser.
I'm really hoping that the judges can see the flavors and the ideas that I put on the plate. So I chose Mary's dessert for inspiration, and I made a cornbread cake with blueberry mousse, corn custard, brown butter crumble, and an almond tuile. And for my palate cleanser, I made a lemon and blueberry granita.
So let's start with the palate cleanser. It's very fresh, very poppy. It's a great beginning to a dessert. How do you feel about the presentation of your dessert?
I like the idea of the presentation, but it's a little bit clunky.
I can see that here. It looks like you were cooking with a little bit of fear. It almost feels like you were second-guessing your moves when you were presenting this plate. But you know what? If it tastes good, the rest can be improved on. The flavors, May, really honor Mary Berg's dessert. I like that you made cornmeal cake. I love how the corn just subtly pops in. I saw lemongrass on your station. Were you able to get that into your dish?
My intent was to make a buttermilk lemongrass lemon peel gel.
It would have brightened everything up. I see where you were going. You've taken a dish and you've added your own style to it. I think you got a bit lost, though.
May, when you look at it, you don't see dessert. You see a whole meal. But it could be very tasty. The flavors go together, and the textures as well. The very soft corn cake, the blueberry mousse, got a bit of fresh blueberries in there to give it a bit of acidity. Very pleasant. But is it legendary? No.
I really hope the judges can get past the clunkiness. This is my first blunder, and hopefully it doesn't send me home.